Can we please ban the "your username is how you die" or "your username is now your superpower"? All of the "your username" mess. Yes, my username is boring for all of these. Those questions are so lame and uninteresting. Like, has anyone ever read or answered one of those threads and felt satisfied afterwards? It makes me lose a little hope for this sub which I love. How would you feel about insert popular opinion? Somebody just got a shitload of awards and karma for commenting, "It might just be me, but I really respect farmers." I mean, way to take a stance there, bud. 5 awards and 160k upvotes for that? I think I just lost a little more faith in humanity.
I hate how so many questions here are just setups for the same shitty punchline told a million different ways. And they would all get screenshotted and posted to either suicide by words or I have sex. Even worse are the stupid answers from people who think they're being clever. Can we ban the "you are offered X number of dollars to accomplish X, Y, or Z" questions? Oh, there should be WAAAY more banned questions, of all sorts. Sexual sexes of Reddit, what's the sexiest sex you ever sexed? We really need to get rid of people who do widely disliked behavior. Why?
Remember these obnoxious questions that were really just veiled attempts to tell stories for karma? Or it would be a question aimed at like Special Ops of the US Army and it would have 10k people answer. Good lord, yes. That was a dark time for this sub. The phrasing was normally even worse than the example you gave because it was often a quick story and then a question, like,
"You've become the very thing you've sworn to destroy." This is true, but they also framed the question in a good way as to make the term fit appropriately in a question I would feel is good. You were supposed to remove shitty questions from AskReddit, not contribute to them. I would feel pretty good. Yay.
Permaban everyone who asks, "You forgot" if you can go X years back in time with all the knowledge you currently have. So tired of seeing some version of this every 1 to 3 weeks with everyone in the comment section saying yes, like no shit, who wouldn't? I'd sooner embrace a ban on "your username is blank" questions. God, what do we get, 20 of them a day? The worst. Also, "how was your day?" variations, and "what's the weirdest, strangest, most underrated, overrated whatever." Kind of sorry I subscribed. Great. All of the hypothetical questions are useless and no one is interested in what people answer. They try to think of the most impressive thing to say. Who knows how we would react or feel, or what we would do or say if it were actually happening in the moment. I'd like the option to block AskReddit and any other subs, not even see them unless we chose to. I thought you could just unjoin the sub? That's what I did with a few subs I apparently had joined to get them off my feed.
Asking "how would you feel" to a bunch of strangers who tend to be more socially awkward, "I'm with ya guys 2DW" usually doesn't result in many interesting answers, so agree. Also, the premises are usually so dumb.
Right now, I'd support the ban. There's too many questions that have an obvious answer like, "How would you feel if we could treat all diseases and everyone gets $1 million in their local currency?" It's always something super agreeable. Along with all the stupid people of Reddit, would you suffer less than insert mild inconvenience greater than for 1 week in return for $200 gazillion?
Apathetic. These questions don't bother me nearly as much as the annoying as fuck hypothetical scenario writing prompts that are flooding the sub. Would you be mildly inconvenienced for $10 billion? Would you go back 10 years with all your current knowledge? This is a unique question that has never been asked or thought of, ever.
I don't know, how would you feel about it? Is this a therapy session? When it comes to Reddit questions, the only type of witness I enjoy being is a hostile one. That's why I intend to answer every one of their questions with a question. I would feel the irony. If they get banned, would you take the fall and allow yourself to be banned from the sub so that the rest of us may be without these questions? Was waiting for someone to say it.
Or we could make how would you feel about and send all those questions over there? How would you feel? It already exists. Just that nobody has posted on the site in 2 years, and the only post is an acknowledgement of the sub being created.
I usually just downvote questions I don't like. People really beat the dead horse with this one, but a good question starts with "How would you feel?" every so often. I downvote them, but unless I'm the first one to the punch, one downvote isn't going to stop 583 million other people from upvoting.
How would you feel if Danny DeVito and Keanu Reeves gave you $100 million but you had to be their best friend for life xddddd? This reminds me of that Gordon Ramsay and Bob Ross post I saw earlier today. Yes.
How would you feel feels abandoned. If all those posts moved there, I'd be a happy man. Maybe they hated those posts, too? HWYF seems like it had tried to serve the same purpose.
I'd feel great about it, if we also banned all the variants of girls, guys of Reddit. What can I do, say, act, change, think to increase, decrease my odds of having sex with you masquerading under 40 different permutations? I feel like most of the sexual ones are getting more frequent and worse. Like at least half of them are probably just horny teens trying to get their fix from hearing other people's stories, which are probably fake stories of fellow teens who are getting off by writing a fake story. I'm hoping after the holiday break it gets better, or I am going to leave this subreddit.
It's fine if they're very open-ended. The one I saw earlier about Bob Ross making a TV show with Gordon Ramsay was absolutely stupid.
Those should be in a sub of their own, maybe how would you feel? I have just realized that is a sub exactly for that. So they should be banned, and anyone who posts it should be directed there.